G'day everyone, welcome back to the ICC Jimbo channel, and in today's video, I'll be reviewing Australia's Champion Trophy campaign. Australia are going into this tournament with a completely different bowling attack, and Steve Smith will lead us instead of Pat Cummins. Up the Aussies! Game 1, Australia vs England. The Aussies' first game of the tournament is arguably the biggest one, as we take on our arch rivals England. The Aussies are out of form in ODI cricket, so we would love nothing more but to start our tournament off with a massive victory. Steve Smith won the toss for the Aussies and elected to have a bowl first. It was a great start for Australia, as Alex Carey took an absolute screamer in the field, removing Phil Salt on 10 runs. Shortly after that, Carey took another wicket, this time against Jamie Smith 15 runs, as the Aussies looked in control. Unfortunately, that wouldn't last long, as Ben Duckett 165 runs and Joe Root 68 runs put up a massive 158 run partnership in Lahore. After 25 overs, Adam Zampa finally got Australia the wicket they desperately craved, as Joe Root was off to the sheds. Zampa once again picked up another wicket, as this time it was Harry Brook 3 runs who had to go. Duckett and Joss Buttler 23 runs put up 59 runs for the Poms before Nathan Ellis took out Buttler for the Aussies. From there, it was a collapse as Ben Dwarshuis and Marnus Labuschagne removed the dangerous Ben Duckett, Liam Livingstone and Bryden Cast. Jofra Archer smacked 21 runs not out to end the innings, giving England the highest Champions Trophy title in the history of the sport. For Australia to win this, we needed to start things well. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, as Travis Head had to go on just 6 runs. Captain Steve Smith wasn't far behind on 5 runs, as the Aussies were in some serious trouble. However, Matt Short 63 runs and Marnus Labuschagne 47 runs got to work, hitting a 95 run partnership between each other. Short was the aggressor and Marnus was the anchor. Things were working well until Marnus hit a silly shot straight to the fielder, resulting in a wicket. Short wasn't far behind, as the Aussies were back in trouble. Enter Josh Inglis 120 runs not out and Alex Carey 69 runs, who played sensational cricket. The duo hit 146 runs between each other in just under 20 overs. The plan was a boundary and then chip it around for 1s and 2s, which was genius, and it was working until Kes had to go. But that wouldn't stop the momentum of Josh Inglis, who dialed his innings to another level, smacking absolutely everything out of the park. Glenn Maxwell 32 runs not out joined the party, as he was sending everything he could over the fence, as history was about to be made in Lahore. The last ball of the innings was rightfully smacked for 6 by Josh Inglis, as Australia not only won their first match of this tournament, but also completed the highest successful run chase for an ODI in ICC tournament history. By far one of the best matches in the group stages of the Champions Trophy, and I'm still in disbelief and shock that Australia, and more importantly Josh Inglis, were able to pull off this victory. Josh Inglis now joins an exclusive list as the 4th Australian cricketer to smack a century in all 3 formats of the game. Game 2, Australia vs South Africa. Unfortunately, due to heavy rain, this clash was abandoned without a single ball bowled. This clash being cancelled means Australia has to either win or draw their next match to qualify for the semi-finals. Game 3, Australia vs Afghanistan. This is a do-or-die game for the Aussies. Win or draw and we progress through to the semi-finals. Lose and it's tournament over. Heavy rain is expected in Lahore, so this could get real interesting. Afghanistan won the toss and elected to bat first. It was the perfect start for Australia, as Spencer Johnson took out Gurbaz on a duck. Ibrahim Zardin 22 runs and Atal 85 runs got the ball moving for Afghanistan before Adam Zampa removed Zardin. Ramit Shah 12 runs wasn't far behind as he departed. Once Johnson took out Atal, things started to go well for the Aussies as Afghanistan just swung and hoped. Zampa, Inglis run out, Ben Dwarshuis and Nathan Ellis cleared the rest of Afghanistan's attack, although Afghanistan managed to slightly get themselves out of a hole thanks to Amazari's 67 runs. But Australia was still in complete utter control of this match, as the total for Afghanistan was really under par. Australia with the bat were playing absolutely sensational cricket, as Travis had 59 runs not out and an injured Matt Short 20 runs got the ball moving, hitting 44 runs between each other before Short had to go. That didn't stop Head though, as he continued to rampage, with a little cameo from Steve Smith 19 runs not out, as Australia smashed the highest total in a power play in Champions Trophy history. Australia were looking good, but the only thing that could have stopped them was rain, and that's exactly what happened, as this ended up being a washout, as the ground and pitch were absolutely soaked. Although it was disappointing that we couldn't get a result even though we were clearly going to win, it's still enough to get us through to the semi-finals with 4 points. Even though this match was washed out, we still were looking completely dangerous going into the pointy end of this tournament. We now will take on India in Dubai. Semi-final, Australia versus India. What a matchup this truly is in Dubai. Australia versus India. The two heavyweights go to battle for a spot in the Champions Trophy final. Tanveer Sangha and Cooper Connolly enter the side for Matt Short and Spencer Johnson. Steve Smith won the toss for Australia and elected to bat first. It was a poor start for the Aussies as Cooper Connolly fell on a 9-ball duck. Travis Head 39 runs continued his scary dominant ways with Steve Smith 73 runs as the duo hit a 50-run partnership before Head had to go. Marnus Labuschagne 29 runs gave Smudge a hand in the middle, playing the anchor role as the two together hit 56 runs before Marnus sadly had to depart. Josh Inglis 11 runs was unable to continue his amazing form from Lahore as he went out cheaply. Smudge needed someone to give him a hand, and that man was Alex Carey 61 runs, who got to work with Smudge as the duo hit 54 runs between each other. But unfortunately, like the other partnerships, they couldn't get anything over 50, as Steve Smith's amazing innings unfortunately had to come to a close. Glenn Maxwell 7 runs played extremely silly cricket, going out in 5 balls as the Aussies were in some trouble. From there it was a collapse as Ben Dwarshuis 19 runs, Kez, Nathan Ellis 10 runs and Adam Zampa 7 runs all fell, and it was disappointing because earlier this score looked like it could get to 280 to 300 runs. In order to win this match, Australia needed quick wickets, and unfortunately that wasn't the case as Rohit Sharma 28 runs and Shubman Gill 8 runs got the ball moving for India. Ben Dwarshuis for the Aussies was able to get the breakthrough, removing Gill, and not long after that Cooper Connolly took out Rohit, but from there the Aussies really struggled as Virat Kohli 84 runs and Shreyas Iyer 45 runs hit 91 runs between each other. Despite Adam Zampa and Nathan Ellis removing the big fish such as Kohli, the damage was unfortunately already done with the Kohli-Iyer partnership. And despite Zampa and Ellis getting late wickets, it wasn't enough as our Champions Trophy campaign officially comes to a close. This tournament has been a weird one, I'll tell you that. The rain affected 2 out of our 4 games, so we never got a real chance to get the momentum after the first game. But regardless, I'm still proud of this group for being able to get to the semis despite all the major injuries / retirements. Speaking of retirements, Steve Smith has officially called time on his ODI career. I want to thank Smudge for his contributions to our one-day international side over the years and being part of 2 very successful World Cup campaigns, including one on home soil. Thank you, Smudge. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm quite disappointed that we were unable to get over that semi-final hurdle, but that's just cricket, not everything goes your way. Once again, thanks for watching, and until the next one, cheers.